Alright, so new update is here. Go through is here. The new raid is out. Figured my first video on the update will be about the raid, since it's probably the things most people will have an issue with. I did spend a couple hours trying to like max everything out. For the boss, I have a 2-second. This boss is very entertaining and fun. You walk out, push 3 buttons, and he dies with Gowther at P10. I should mention my Gowther is P10. Now, in terms of potentials, you're probably going to want to stop at. P5 is very useful. P6 is also good. P7 helps a lot with magic generation. And of course, the P10 is always the most OP and busted thing possible. This basically gives you a permanent 70% crit damage buff. Yeah, I haven't had the chance to test out the book yet, but I know it'll be pretty useful on units like melee. Anyway, let's get into the build. Wand, basically a god roll. You want crit damage, normal skill, and lightning damage. Just look for these 3. Even if you only get 2 of these out of 3, that's still a very acceptable roll, as long as it's not like a low percent. So you can be happy with something like crit damage and normal skill. Sub-weapon, I have equipment attack on ice, I just don't use it. Limit break 7 on both weapons. Anyways, with the armor, you're looking for crit damage and normal skill, obviously a level 3 if possible. Other rolls would be attack. So attack percent, crit damage, and normal skill would be the 3 rolls you're looking for. I am using the mix set right now. The raid set is also extremely viable, but I just do so much damage that it's not really necessary. I am pretty confident that for most of you guys, the 7 set raid will be better, since you're getting so much extra defense shatter, on top of Gowther and Merlin that already have defense shatter built into their kits. To clarify, the defense shatter is on his wand though, not his staff. Anyways, that's the full build for Merlin. My Daisy, she never changes. Spring Robe, level 3, magic on the outfit if possible. 3-set him, Immortal Watcher pants. The new raid pants are actually a better replacement. They have magic on them, and it's about 2% better if this is 150. I think it's about 3% better if it's 160, so if you end up getting a bunch of these pants, just go ahead and throw them on for more magic. My Blazing Grimoire on Daisy does have the magic charging efficiency on it. This is all pretty standard for all of your support units. For someone like Gowther, you can basically use whatever you feel like. We have a Blazing Staff with magic charging. We're using a standard support set. I did throw on this necklace just because I got a level 3 max roll. I just thought it'd be cool to test it out. I haven't really noticed it helped me too much, but maybe it's saving my life and I don't know it. Key rolls you're looking for on Gowther are buff duration and magic duration. Special attack if you're trying to do the leaderboards for the new boss. My outfit is level 3. It did take me about 17 scissors for that. Got pretty unlucky, but it is what it is. If your units are doing debuffs, you could put the spider boots on them, but I don't believe Gowther is doing any debuffs at all. Same exact situation with Liz, except if she's P10, you want to prioritize defense. Obviously, her P10 is extremely busted. It's probably the best P10 in the game, support-wise. If you don't have her P10, then most of my gear is useless for you. But the reason I'm running all this is because it has just the highest defense in the game. Oh, real quick, I forgot to mention Gowther is on a Blazing Staff with magic on it. Pretty much all that matters. Just for future proof, if you're probably going to get her P10 when she reruns, then you're looking for magic and defense on the same roll. If not, just get magic on the book like always, it's fine. Outfit rolls, you're looking for magic and defense as well. Buff duration, stuff like that. Your supports are always going to be built basically the same. For the armor, I would literally just use exactly what my other supports have. Using the Hem earrings for the magic, and I'm using the Gila ring for the magic sublines. If you're not P10, then you would just use the Hem necklace, or even more magic using the 2-set. So that's basically it for the team, so let's just go ahead and get into the raid. I have been playing around with it solo. I did manage to kill all the bosses in about 3 minutes. This raid is an absolute joke compared to Tyrannus. Anyways, let's get into it. I'll explain all the mechanics. So for pledges, of course, we're going to do the lightning heroes and the 12 minutes. If you can't clear within 12 minutes, then you're just going to have to grab these two. But it does make it a lot harder. 12 minutes solo should be doable if you have at least like P5 or P6 units all around. You're of course just going to need a good build similar to mine. But for me, I do lightning heroes, 12 minutes, and the pierce. I have a excessive amount of magic charging, and I only need 4 orbs to combo ult, so the magic charging nerf basically does nothing, and the 80 pierce is like only 8% of your total pierce. It's not even like a noticeable amount. I do think you're going to see a lot of people run these 3, or if you're on the slower side, then you would run these 3. But for me personally, I'm always going to stick with this. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and eat our fruit meat pie and then get into it. There are many boss locations throughout this map. I will try to note all of them as I walk past them, but there are quite a bit. The first one there could be a black mini boss spider that'll spawn right here. If you go over to this brazier in the back, you can actually mark it on the map briefly. So, if we open the map, we can see that the mini boss is all the way at the end of the dungeon. What that basically means is we don't have to worry about it. We're going to see the mini boss at the end anyway. There are many other locations they can spawn. I believe there's 3 spots each for each mini boss. So 6 spots total. The golem is always in the same spot. The first mini boss spot for the white spider can be right here. This brazier also tracks her location. So we'll light that. We'll see that she gets tracked on the map. And she's in the gem cave as well. So that basically means we have the freedom to go whichever way we want. So if you come back here, there's a wall you can break. And you can skip about half of the entire dungeon if you go this way. But I'm going to come back here just to show the full dungeon, because there is a mini boss location up here, and if you get this one, you cannot take that shortcut back there. And with these balls, you can basically just run up to the right corner and always just avoid them completely. But this is the second black spider mini boss location right here. Usually you just jump down here. Blow up this wall. There will be a boulder here. You can just bait it. Alright, so right here I'm going to show you the second white spider mini boss location. He will be right here. As you can see, there's another brazier here you can light. This will just reveal their location again. In every single possible location spawn for the boss, there will be a brazier you can light to track where it is on the map. So basically just light the thing and look at your map, and it should give you a general idea of what to do. But we're going to make our way to their location now. So if you make your way down this tunnel, you'll see on the right, the mini boss is right there. If you come up to the left, there's a web here you can break, and you can grab that chest. But I've already opened up the chest, so we're just going to go ahead and kill this mini-boss. I'll do my typical debuffs, every single debuff that I can get out. Make sure I'm targeting the actual mini-boss and not the 500 little spiders on the ground. We're just going to do our damage. As you can see, damage is absolutely amazing. I guess that's what a full P10 will get you, but even still, this raid is extremely easy. I highly recommend doing it solo. Anyways, once we break those barrels, you'll see the third and final mini-boss is standing right here. Just go ahead and kill him with the exact same damage rotation I always do. And he's gone. So, you'll walk to the right, you'll come into this room. You'll see 2 spider sacks with webs connected to them, and those are what you're going to be destroying. If your mini-boss is here in the middle, you're obviously just going to go ahead and kill this first. And he got absolutely deleted. So we're going to make our way up to these spider sacks and just destroy them. So there'll be a big ball here. Once you break both of them, this ball will sometimes immediately despawn, sometimes it takes a little while. But you can just stand there and wait for it. So once you get into the final boss room, she will absolutely one-shot you 99% of the time. So you can either use some Liz ults, or you can just try to dodge everything. But we're going to do our standard debuffs here. I can't actually kill her before she even uses her ult. So I'm going to try to avoid doing that. But if you get your rotation out fast enough, you can end up bursting her while she's running. But for the sake of the video, we're just going to wait until she stops. Dodge the poison. That will tick you for a lot of damage. We're going to throw out a solo Liz ult just to be safe. You don't want to risk dying. It's a huge time loss. We're going to get another combo ult out to burst. Now we're just going to do our damage. We're going to try not to kill her so I can show off her ult mechanic. He's going to jump to the middle of the arena and then start summoning spider sacks. All you have to do is break 3 of them in order to cancel her ult. They are a little tanky, but Merlin should get the job done very easily with her E's. Once you break the 3rd one, she'll fall out of the sky and get stunned. She loses some ultimate damage resistance stacks as well. Ultimate move, combined attack, damage taken decreased. Every time you knock her down, I believe that removes a stack. But that's pretty much all of her moves, so we're just going to kill her here. It's 8:42, even with me yapping and explaining everything. Like I said earlier, my PB is currently at 3 minute with all bosses. I think it's like 3:38. But if we look at the information, we killed every single mini-boss. We got all of the pledges done. For the loot you're looking for, the most important seem to be the pants and the earrings. I haven't tested out the full set yet, but it seems to just be a support raid set, so you'd put this on someone like Gowther, or maybe your combo altar. I do have to test this because it says when the hero activates a burst. Technically Gowther isn't activating a burst for me, I'm doing the combo ult on Merlin. But maybe if we activate the combo ult on Gowther with Merlin, then this buff would be applied to you. Not too sure, the raid set isn't really that outstanding. Tyrannus seems to be a lot better. But don't quote me on that, we still do need to test this. It could be a all-around support buff for your DPS. But just from reading this, it doesn't seem like it works when you do a combo ult. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Deep Spider Nest. I know it's not a really good showcase because I just have P10 units, but don't get me wrong though, this team is still extremely good at low potentials. This is probably the best low potential team that you're going to have. Merlin, ideally you want at P7. That's when she ramps up a lot. Real quick, I'm going to show off the skill rotation, and then we'll probably wrap up the video. So, every time I start a fight, I'm going to do a first strike, either with Daisy or Gowther. Usually it's with Daisy because you need to shoot him anyway to apply Electromagnet. So I'll start the fight by shooting. That'll do first strike, Electromagnet, and crit defense if you're P6. Then I use all of my turrets. If you spam E and then jump back and forth, you can basically put all of your turrets down at the same time. Put all the turrets down. I charge them with the Q to make them shoot faster. And then you stand in the yellow circle, and that'll build up your electric charge buffs. This gives you, I believe, 40% lightning hero crit damage and a decent chunk of crit chance as well. You also get the crit damage increase from her Q. It's 30% if she's P5. So just doing that applies 2 buffs to you and 2 debuffs to the enemy. Then I swap over to Gowther. I do a Q to remove his lightning resistance and his crit resistance, I believe. Then we do an E to apply charge to ourselves. When you're charged, all of your units get buff duration, crit damage if you're P10, and lightning damage. So that's another layer of lightning increase. You also get the lightning attack increase. Then usually you tag on Liz to apply another debuff to him. Push E to get the buff from your engrave outfit. Push Q to debuff him. Then you swap to Merlin. Push Q to apply even more lightning resist decrease to him. And then you go into your combo ult. Then you spam E, as much E's as you can get out. If you're P10, you push Q to reset your E's again. And you just do millions and millions of damage. So I'm going to do that again with food, and I'm going to do it really quick to make sure all of my buffs and debuffs are active, and we're going to see what our damage looks like. So we did just hit a 3 million damage number right there. Another 3 million with multiple 1 millions. So her DPS output is just absolutely insane. I didn't even have all of my buffs up because I just could not see my damage numbers. Yeah, that was basically my full skill rotation. I'm just getting out every single meaningful buff and debuff as quick as possible, and then going straight into my damage. I do think that will be it for this video. Gowther seems to be overall a really good lightning support unit, and his book can be a universal support unit, but I will need to do actual testing on the book. I was thinking about doing a video on the boss, but it's just an absolute joke. If there are any of you who are actually struggling to defeat this boss, please let me know in the comments. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Peace.